Hello. It's good to see you again this week. I am going to tell you the story of the Good Samaritan. Actually, we're going to act it out. Um, but first, I need to tell you the first part of the story. Now, Jesus is listening to a very clever person who thought that they knew all the rules and they knew everything about the way that they were supposed to live. So this person wanted to see if he could trick Jesus into giving the wrong answer. And he calls him teacher. So he says, Teacher, what must I do to live forever with God? And Jesus asked him another question. What do the commandments say? The man answered, The commandments say that you are to love God with everything you have and that you should love your neighbor as yourself. See the man? Yep. Jesus replied, That is the right answer. Live like this and you will live with God forever. So Jesus, the man continued, Who is my neighbor? And Jesus told him a story to explain who the neighbor was. He said, There was a person traveling down the road, and they came to a scary part in the road. All of a sudden, a group of people jumped out. They jumped out in front of the man and they took all of his things. And then they went away. They took everything and they hurt him and they bound him and they took everything away from him. That wasn't very nice, was it? So he was laying beside the road. Can you see him? Yep, there he is, laying beside the road. Well, he moaned and he groaned, but he couldn't get up because this person was hurt. A little while later, a priest was going down the road. Here he goes. And he saw, here goes the priest, and he saw the man, the one who was hurt. What did he do? He passed him by on the other side. Later, there came another one who saw the man beside the road and saw them, but he went the other way and passed him by too. Then a Samaritan came. The Samaritan came by, and the Samaritan had his donkey with him. And he saw the person that was hurt, and he stopped. And he helped him. And he took what he had and he wrapped the person up and put them on the horse and took them over to a place where they could get help. So he went along and the horse went along, or the donkey went along, and they went to a place where they could get some help. They went over there and they talked to the innkeeper. The Samaritan talked to the innkeeper and he said that he would help him bind up his wounds. So that means he got some Band-Aids and took care of the person that was hurt so that they might feel better. And he made sure that he gave the innkeeper some money so that in case he had any expenses for taking care of him, he'd have enough so that he could take care of him so that the man could get better. So he paid the innkeeper to take care of the hurt man. The Samaritan promised to come back and pay any more that was needed to take care of him. He wanted the hurt man to get better. After Jesus finished the story, Jesus asked the clever person which one of the three was a good neighbor to the one who was hurt. Well, the man answered, the one who stopped to help. And Jesus told him, God wants you to help everyone, all people of all sizes and all colors and all shapes from every country. Every one of them is important. Now go and be like the Samaritan and help everyone that needs help. How does that make you feel? How would you feel if you were someone who was left by the side of the road? If you were hurt and no one stopped to help you? That would be very scary, wouldn't it? I think so too. I would be scared. Well, I am glad that Jesus told this story to explain to us how we are to be with other people. And sometimes when I was very little, when I was much littler, I used to act out the stories that I heard in the Bible with my toys. You can do that, and you can think about what you would do. You can write your own story about what you would do if you found someone hurt. Now, it's very important to remember that these people are grown-ups. So when we hear about grown-ups helping people, they are grown-ups who are helping people and not little children. But children can be very helpful in very important ways. They can remind the older people what Jesus said. And it's important that you know the story so that when someone is hurt and someone is wondering how they might take care of them, you can remind them by remembering the story with them. And you can help them remember that Jesus wants us to help everyone, that God wants us to help people when we are able. So when we are passing by and we see someone that maybe needs something or needs some food, we could help the older people by asking questions like, what could we do to help? What do you think you might do? Some people carry along care kits in their cars. Some people will buy them food to help them out or have a gift card to a place where they might get something to eat and drink. But you can talk to the bigger people in your life, the older people in your life, and talk about what you might do to help others. This Christmas, we are going to help people out at Christmas time. And during the holidays, we like to do that. But you can do that anytime. You can, when you're going to the grocery store, you can think about giving to the food bank. You can think about the next time that you go out, you might think about some way you might do some chores around the house to make a little money to give to the food bank to help them out. There are all kinds of ways, excuse me, that we can help one another. And that's what Jesus was trying to say, excuse me, by telling the story of the Good Samaritan. So read that with somebody that you love. And you older people, think about what it means to love your neighbor as yourself. Thank you for being here. See you next week.